Good evening. Let me ask you something. How long has that LinkedIn post been sitting in your drafts? A few days? A few weeks? Do you even have one? Look, okay, so you've got one. So how long has it been there? You probably wrote the opening, you changed some wording, you deleted it, you started over, and somehow you still haven't published. Oh my goodness. Am I coming down your street? Look, here's the truth. Most posts don't fail because the idea is weak. They fail because perfection keeps them hidden. Oh my goodness, it's called analysis paralysis. You're gonna just perfect it to death because it's never gonna live. At some point, you have to stop polishing and start sharing, start publishing. So today, with the help of AI, just as I promised you yesterday, we're going to take the strongest idea from yesterday's list and turn it into one complete LinkedIn post. How does that sound? Huh? I'm going to give it a strong hook, a brief story or insight, practical takeaway, and a conversational call to action. Yeah, we're going to tell them what we want them to do after they see the post. No hashtags. I'll talk about that later. No overthinking. Just one useful post that's created and ready to publish in a single sitting. How's that sound? Look, you got to understand something. Your idea cannot help anyone while it's still waiting in your head or in your drafts. Welcome to Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career consultant. If you're new to the series, I welcome you, but understand this. My mission is really simple. It's to help you run your job search like a well-organized job campaign, one with clarity, with confidence, and with strategy using AI as your job campaign manager. All righty, let's see. Let's see here. We've got someone saying hello in the comment section. So let's see who's saying hello. I gotta, you know what I gotta do. All right, let's see. We've got, hey, Dawn Lewis says, good evening, everyone. Hey, Dawn, good evening. I'm glad you survived yesterday's tumultuous weather. Oh my goodness. That was it wasn't just a storm, it was multiple storms. But glad to know that you're here. And then we've got someone saying, hello, everyone. Glad that you're here as well. Thank you so much. We've got Sir John Werner saying, hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hey, John. Glad you're here. Thanks so much. And then just popping in here, TJ Richardson. Hey, how's the weather out there in Arizona, TJ? Hello to you as well. And we'll go ahead and get started with this. I know there are more people who are on. You don't have to make yourself known. If you do, hey, I'm grateful. If you don't, just having you here makes me grateful. All right. And if you're watching the replays, guess what? I'm grateful. All righty. Let's see here. Yes, that storm was brutal here in the DMV area. Yes, it was. Yes, and here we go. Something that you don't see often in the District of Columbia. There was a tornado warning for like a few hours. Yeah, serious stuff. Anyway, glad that we all made it through and we're all here together. And hopefully, wherever you are, it's safe. All right. So look, here's the prompt. Draft one LinkedIn post for Mary. And of course, you're going to change this for you, right? You're going to say for me, from the strongest angle created yesterday. Include a strong hook, a brief story or insight, a practical takeaway, and a conversational call to action. Do not add hashtags. So LinkedIn put this out. Where are we? We're in July. I'm going to say towards the end of last year, the first of this year. LinkedIn actually helped us to understand that the use of hashtags, A, is going away, but B, hurts your posts. All right. So that's why when you see me post, and I'm overdue for some, But when you see me post, I no longer post with hashtags. Don't ask me how the algorithm works, that the hashtags no longer help, but they hurt, but they do. Now, on YouTube, I'll still use hashtags, but on LinkedIn, I don't, because again, this comes from LinkedIn and they say, hey, those hashtags, they're hurting the saturation of your posts and things have changed. So we're going to play the game according to the rules, even though they change. All right. So a lot like life, right? The rules change. Fortunately, they tell us sometimes when the rules change. In life, they don't always tell you when the rules change. All right. So here we go. ChatGPT is thinking out loud. I'm pulling forward yesterday's strongest approved angle so the post stays consistent with Mary's AR AP manager positioning and content plan. So again, as you see, Chat's doing its thing by stringing all of the information together to give us the best possible answer. Oh, and I just missed it because it was telling us the strongest angle was clear, and I missed it. But let's see what we've got here. Let's pop this out. All right. An aging report should not simply tell you what is overdue. It should tell you what to do next. So that's our post. And let's see, just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's scroll down. Okay, so I did not miss anything. All right, here we go. So this is Mary's post. It says, while managing a $70 million accounts receivable aging portfolio, I learned that meaningful improvement did not come from looking at the total balance alone. It came from identifying which accounts required immediate attention, understanding what was delaying payment, and follow through consistently. That disciplined approach helped reduce the aging portfolio from $70 million to $30 million and supported the collection of more than $17 million in 1 year. The practical lesson: aging reports become valuable when they lead to action. Prioritize accounts by balance, age, and risk. Investigate the reason each payment is delayed. Document commitments and follow-up dates. Escalate issues before they become larger problems. Keep leadership informed about risks and progress. Strong AR management is not about chasing every account the same way. It is about knowing where to focus, what questions to ask, and when to act. What is one practice that has helped your team turn aging data into stronger cash flow? There's your call to action. So Mary is now going to take this, post it. She can do a couple of things. She can add images or an image to this. She can create an infographic and attach this to it. But at the end of the day, this is an example of a post based on what we did yesterday, taking one of those topics and building it out. Now, remember, I always say you don't have to just open up the can, put it on the plate, and eat it. You can sprinkle some flavor in there. So in other words, if you were Mary, are there changes you would make to this? Would you add something to it? Would you take something away? Would you, again, make this sound more like you in your voice? And by the way, if you've trained your chat, you can tell your chat, this was great, but it doesn't sound like my voice. Rewrite this, regenerate this in my voice. What does that mean? Excuse me. It means it'll take some of the things that you might say on a regular basis. For example, you see with mine, it will say, come on now, right? Because I say that often, come on now, right? It'll use those phrases and those words that you use occasionally or frequently, and again, sprinkle them throughout to make it sound more like you. But again, here we go. For those of you who have not been posting, this is a leg up. This gets you started. This gets you in the game. And remember, when we did the exercise yesterday, we had the explanation of why there were five, why those five specific topics were good for Mary based on the position she's going for, which is ARAP manager. The takeaways, if you will. And if you go back to Monday of this week, we did that whole analysis piece where we were setting up this project, if you will, of creating content. So everything is seamless. Everything should be working together. Everything should be pointing to a specific story about you. And of course, in Mary's case, we're taking the information from A, her resume, and B, the other information that we've put together over the last couple of weeks to create posts that are definitely telling her story, but also resonate with her audience. Who's her audience? HR professionals, recruiters, hiring managers, C-suite professionals. Because remember, if the boss's boss wants you, guess what? The boss wants you. And in Mary's case, there might be someone in a C-suite, maybe a CFO, who sees Mary's posts and then reaches out to someone on his or her team and says, hey, I need you to look into this person. They seem really interesting. I read a post. Check this out. They may even share it with them. Hey, check this post out. This is an issue that we need to get a handle on. Do some research and see if this might be someone that can be a great addition to our team. That's how things work. All right. That's at least when you work the system, that's how it works. It'll work if you work it. But again, if you're not posting, then there's no chance that anybody can see this side of your story or this angle. And you're just saying, oh, woe is me. This stuff isn't working. Well, again, you got to do your part. All right. That part, you got to do your part. And that's what I'm here to do, to help you to do your part. Now, again, if you're working with me, and let me just go ahead and take this, get rid of this so I can share the prompt with you in comment section. Oh, I know why, because I made it so big. Here, let's make this a little smaller so I can get to the share piece, and we'll stop sharing there. And give me just a moment because I'm not working with my regular tools. There we are. Share the chat, and it is copied. And boom, boom, boom. Put this in the comment section for you all. And let me just talk to you here for a moment. So again, we've got to learn how to take our information and create a targeted story based on the targeted job title that we have. Can we have subsequent titles? Absolutely. You may not have seen that, but for those of you that I'm working with, you know, we have a target. We got one job target title. Then we have subsequent titles. Because why? Because not every position carries the same title, though they may carry the same responsibilities. So when we're doing our analysis for you, that's one of the things that we do. We do a total targeted analysis based on the job title that you should be going for, that you should be hitting up. Then we look at it from a federal standpoint. If you're looking to go into the federal government, some of you are, some of you are not. And we look at it from a private industry standpoint. So you'll know how to communicate, whether you're talking to someone who's a Fed or someone who does federal contracting, or you're talking to someone who's in corporate America. So at the end of the day, there's pages of this that we do for you, but all of that information is to help to create the story and your positioning in the marketplace. Several weeks back, I talked about positioning. That's the problem that many people have. Most people, I would even say, as it relates to their job search. They're not positioned properly. They know what they want, hopefully, because there are many who don't. And so we have to address that issue. But for those who do, you know this is what you want. And now it's about how do you position yourself in the marketplace so that others see your value. And certainly by creating posts like this, along with the other things that the other topics that we looked at yesterday, along with the others that we're going to come up with, again, because when we're working together, we're going to start off with a 6-week plan. All right. And hopefully it doesn't take another 6 weeks, but at the end of the day, we're going to start off with a 6-week posting plan, content for LinkedIn. And there's so much more. And for those of you who have been with me for some time now, you can go back and look over starting at the beginning of the year for sure, but just coming forward from June 1st, you've got a lot of material there, a lot of content to work with. So I saw some things pop up in my periphery. So let's see what they were. Come on, get my mouse working here. Oh, all right. So let's click away. There we are. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. So that's good to know about the hashtags. Yeah. Again, that's my job, to stay ahead of the curve and know what's going on, hopefully before you need to know it. But yeah, the hashtags are going away. And though you'll still see people using them, again, in addition to that, the hashtags hurt. They don't help anymore. Hello. Oh, Daniel Velez says, hello, everyone. Happy Hump Day. Hey, Daniel, glad you were able to make it, my friend. And let's see here. Love this breakdown. I need to watch yesterday's video. Actually, no, you need to watch Monday's video as well as yesterday's video. All right. Visibility creates opportunities. Absolutely. Again, and that's the whole point here. There's so many different ways to maximize your potential opportunities to be seen by the right people. And that's what daily AI prompts for job seekers is all about. Is number one, about helping you. Look, my 4 things that employers expect you to know but won't tell you. If you don't have it, go to careertransitionsystem.com. Get the free download. Okay, get the free download. But at the end of the day, we're going to talk about who you are, who they are, what kind of work, what kind of results that you all can get by working together, right? And having the understanding of how to best serve up your value based on who you're talking to. And that's where we're utilizing AI. We're utilizing AI to help us to do that. And it's really simple. Again, more of a breakdown, more detail in those four things employers expect you to know but won't tell you. Career Transition System not S, just Career Transition System singular.com, and you can download that for free and read through that document. But again, I want you to be successful as soon as possible. And so I've been making this material available to you. Now, I got to say this. Today's Wednesday. We got tomorrow. And then we have Friday for our inspiration. And then William's going to be taking a break, third person. I'm going to be taking a break in the month of August. And someone reached out to me to say, hey, one of my private clients, hey, what does this mean? Does this mean I got to wait till September? No. If you're one of my private clients, if I'm working with you, guess what? You're the only thing I'm going to be doing in the month of August. Okay. I'm not going to be going live though in the month of August. I'll be back in September. God say the same. But again, if you're working with me, and how can you work with me? CareerTransitionSystem.com. Once you download, you'll be directed to the website where you can get more information about how to work with me and the fantastic deal that I've worked out so that you can be able to work with me affordably. So get on the bandwagon, because August, what's the word I want to say? The opportunities for August will be closing soon. All right. So, and I only take a limited number of people to work with each month. Bottom line is, I want to protect the integrity of our work together, the quality of our work together. So, whereas I'd love to have 100 people every month that I'm working with, I can't do it one-on-one. And group just doesn't, it really doesn't address the issues that individuals have, because it's not a one size fits all. Yes, the information is pertinent for millions of people, but the way in which that information is disseminated is different for each person. And then everybody who works with me gets their own personal website. All right. So again, all of these things come into play. So I can only have a limited number of people that I'm working with. And as I say, the door for August closes soon. So you want to jump in and take advantage of that, so that even though I'll be on hiatus from the live stream, you'll be able to work with me one-on-one during that period of time. Yes, I am relocating and got a lot of other things going on personally. But at the end of the day, I'm committed to you. I'm committed. And so that's what I got going on. All right. Or as they say, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I hope this was of benefit to you today. I hope you see how the pieces of the puzzle fit together to help you represent you in the way that you want to be seen by the hiring managers and others. And so again, thank you so much for your support of me by joining me on these live streams. And again, I'm here for you. So the fact that you show up every day is really cool. And it lets me know that I am providing information of value. And by the way, when I return in September, I'll be back to, I should be back to, the plan is I'll be back to the 12 noon. Someone suggested to me that I do a 6 a.m. I'm still thinking about that one. But you guys let me know, right? 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. If we're not doing 6 a.m., 12 noon, or 6 p.m. You guys let me know what works, and I'm going to listen to my audience, all right? Because I can make it work no matter what. But 6 a.m., 12 noon, 6 p.m. over the next day or two. Let me know. Send me messages. Tell me what works best for you, and we'll see how that works out. All right. Look, I want you to have a wonderful evening as you go about your day tomorrow, or even if you're going to do something tonight. Please pay attention to your surroundings. If something seems out of sorts, out of place, something's just not right, please let somebody know. Say something to somebody. A lot of stuff going on in the world today. So we gotta watch as well as pray. All right. And but here we go. In the meantime, in between time, I'll look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll finish up our LinkedIn information and look forward to our Inspirational Friday. So remember these three things as I leave you tonight. God loves you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Good night, everybody.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.